Hello everyone, Board Game Lawyer here, and today we're going to play some Marvel Champions from Fantasy Flight Games. So today we're going to take Hulk versus Venom. Let's take a look at Venom's setup, and then we'll begin our game. So Venom, we're going to play standard Venom today, so he begins the game with 17 hit points, which he has right over here. He has a scheme of 1, an attack of 2. He's a symbiote. He comes into play with toughness. He's full of vengeance. He says he has a forced response. After you attack and damage Venom with a card you control, place 1 face-down boost card on your identity. So that's Venom for us today. He comes into play with a tough card on him. So we'll add that over to Venom. His main scheme says, leave us alone. So we've included our Venom, Symbiotic Strength, and Standard Encounter sets, and we've also included our down-to-earth modular set in our encounter deck today. It tells us as part of our setup to put the bell tower environment into play, quiet side face up. So here's our environment, the bell tower. It says if there are at least 3 chime counters here, flip this card. So the interrupt tells us how we get those chime counters. It says when any amount of damage would be dealt to Venom by an attack, you may place that many chime counters here instead. So it's on its quiet side. We flip over our main scheme, the side 1B, and it has a forced interrupt. When Venom activates against you, move each face down boost card from your identity to Venom. So if this stage is complete, the players lose the game. Comes into play with 2 threat on it, and it threats out at 10. So we'll put 2 threat on our main scheme. We have our tough card on Venom. Everything is set up for Venom except for shuffling the encounter deck. So I'll go ahead and give it a few quick shuffles here. Shuffled it up quite a bit already. We'll just give it a few more. And then we'll take a look at our hero that we're going to use today is Hulk. So Hulk, he has no threat or thwart. He also has 3 attack though, and 3 defense. He's enraged, meaning he has a forced interrupt. When your turn ends, discard your hand. He starts the game with 18 hit points, and he has a hand size of 4 when he's in his hero form. But we're going to start in his banner side, alter ego, recovery of 4. He does some experimental research because he is a genius scientist, so he can draw 1 card, choose and discard 1 card from your hand, and you can do this a limit of once per round. So Hulk is all set up, Venom set up. Shuffle my hero deck a little bit. Get a little bit of shuffling going on there with my hero deck, and we'll draw up our hand size of 5. So we start off with a helicarrier. We also draw the reboot card. We have another reboot, a crushing blow, and suborbital leap. So suborbital leap, crushing blow, reboot, and reboot are not necessary here at the beginning of the game, so we'll discard those, and we'll draw up 5 more, or 4 more. So we have the genius card, we draw thunderclap, also unstoppable force, and we have some ingenuity. So we can use Banner's experimental research text to draw a card, which is limitless strength. We have to use that in our hero form only, which is a little bit of a bummer, but we'll take it. I'm going to discard Unstoppable Force, or should I discard Thunderclap? It really doesn't matter. I think they're both going to be resources, so we can spend those 2 resources to put out Ingenuity, Ingenuity. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use our Genius card to put out Ingenuity. It says play only if your identity has the Genius trait. Tell you what, instead of tossing off that Unstoppable Force, let's toss off the Thunderclap. We'll do that instead. So it says play only if your identity has the Genius trait. Max 1 per player. Resource Ingenuity to generate a mental resource. We'll also flip over to our Hulk side. Here's Hulk. Now he can use those 3 resources, limitless strength, to play that helicarrier, which I believe we'll do. We still won't be able to ready Hulk if you paid for this card using only... Oh yeah, we will. Ready Hulk. If you paid for this card using only fist resources, draw 1 card. Excuse me. So yeah, we'll use limitless strength to play the helicarrier. Then we can spend both of these resources after we ready Hulk. So we'll hang on to that Unstoppable Force. We will attack with Hulk to knock off that tough card. Now we'll spend our Ingenuity, and we'll choose a player, reduce the resource cost of the next card that player plays this phase by 1. Now we can use the Unstoppable Force to ready Hulk. We don't get to draw a card because we didn't use only fist resources, and that's fine. But when we ready Hulk, now we can do 3 damage. Instead of doing 3 damage to Venom, we'll just flip that bell tower. We'll put 3 chime counters on it. And I'll read its other side. It says increase all damage Venom takes by 1. If there are no chime counters here, flip this card. When Venom's attack would deal any amount of damage to an identity, remove that many chime counters from here. For each chime counter removed this way, prevent 1 of that damage. So I'll leave that over onto our ringing side. We'll ready Ingenuity, ready the Hulk, ready the Helicarrier, and we'll draw our hand size of 4 now. So we draw Strength. We have the Power in All of Us, as well as the Unstoppable Force, and we have an Enhanced Awareness. So those are our 4 cards going into our next round. So we will place 1 threat on Leave Us Alone. I think we will try to block this attack from Venom. So Venom attacks for 2, plus his boost card, which is 1. So he's going to attack for 3, so we won't have to remove any tokens off of our bell tower over there. Now we'll draw our encounter card, and our encounter card is Friends and Family. While in hero form, increase the resource cost of each event you play by 1. Alter Ego action, discard 1 identity-specific card from your hand. Discard this obligation. So while in hero form, increase the resource cost of each event you play by 1. Let's see, do we have any events? Yeah, Unstoppable Force. So we'll have to increase its cost by 1 to play it. Okay. That will end Venom's turn. So, how about we play the Power in All of Us to put out that Enhanced Awareness. That gives us an additional 3 mental counters. So this is a hero resource. Exhaust Enhanced Awareness and remove 1 mental counter from it to generate a mental resource. So we'll put our 3 counters onto Enhanced Awareness, using the Power of All of Us to put it out. Now we have Unstoppable Force. Ready Hulk, if you paid for this card using only fist resources, draw a card. So I think we will Ready Hulk. And then, so we're going to pay using fist resources only. We'll use the Helicarrier to reduce the cost by 1 on hero form. Yeah. So we'll Ready Hulk. And rather than do damage to Venom, we get to draw a card for Unstoppable Force. We draw Machine Man. All right, great. When Machine Man attacks or thwarts, spend up to 3 resources of any type. Machine Man gets +1 thwart, +1 attack for each resource spent. So we can put Machine Man out on the table. If we spend 1 of our Enhanced Awareness and our Ingenuity, we can put out Machine Man. And discard 1 identity-specific card from your hand. Discard this obligation. So I think, yeah, we'll just flip over to our banner side. And we won't use this text because we don't, all we'll have to do is discard that card. So we'll ready Enhanced Awareness, Ingenuity, the Helicarrier, Machine Man. Still have that obligation out here on the table. And we'll drop our hand size of 5. So we have Lockjaw and Thunderclap, Meditation, Crushing Blow, and Suborbital Leap. Venom begins by placing a threat on Leave Us Alone. Now he's going to scheme. He'll draw 2 + 1 is 3. So now his main scheme is all the way up to 7. And we'll draw our encounter card, which is For Whom the Bell Tolls. It says remove 2 chime counters from the bell tower. If the bell tower's quiet side, take 1 damage. If it's on its ringing side, remove 1 threat from the main scheme. Well, it's on its ringing side, so we remove 2 chime counters from the bell tower. Like so. And then we remove 1 threat from the main scheme. So we bring that down to 6. And that will end Venom's turn. So we do have the Helicarrier, Ingenuity, Enhanced Awareness, and Machine Man. See if there's any cards we could play. Yeah, we do have Lockjaw. I like some Lockjaw. So we'll reduce his cost by 1 using our Helicarrier. And then we'll exhaust Bruce Banner to put out Lockjaw using Meditation, plus the negative, or plus the -1 resource. So Meditation will put out Lockjaw. And we will discard 1 identity-specific card to discard this obligation. So we will get rid of Suborbital Leap. Maybe. We could play Suborbital Leap. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. 5 threat if you paid for this card only using fist resources. I think I'll get rid of the Thunderclap. Okay. So with Machine Man, he can, when Machine Man attacks or thwarts, spend up to 3 resources of any type. Machine Man gets +1 thwart and +1 attack for each resource spent. So I will go ahead with Machine Man. Get rid of that obligation. See, discard this obligation. It just goes to the discard pile. So we'll exhaust Machine Man, and we'll use 1 resource from Ingenuity and 2 more resources for the cards in my hand. To remove 4 threat from Leave Us Alone. And that does place 1 damage onto Machine Man. Now Lockjaw could remove the rest of the threat, and I think I'll go ahead and do that. I'll just take 2 more threat off of Leave Us Alone with Lockjaw. He takes 2 damage for doing so. And then we'll ready everything. Ready Bruce Banner. Ready our Helicarrier, Machine Man, and Lockjaw. And we'll draw our hand size up of 5. So we draw Hulk Smash. We also have an Enhanced Awareness. We got Nick Fury, another Hulk Smash, and the Power in All of Us. Okay. Could actually have a really, really good turn next round with what I've got in my hand here. So we're going to place that 1 threat on Leave Us Alone. Venom is going to scheme, so we'll draw our card, which is reveal this card. Attached to Venom, uses 2 rage counters. Venom's attacks gain overkill. After Venom takes any amount of damage from an attack, remove 1 rage counter from here. Okay, so that got added with 2 rage counters, so he schemes for 1. So we just put 1 on Leave Us Alone. Draw our encounter card, which is attached to the villain. After attached villain takes any amount of damage from attack, give attached villain 1 face down boost card. If that attack dealt 3 or more damage to an attached villain, discard this card. Okay. That's his encounter card. Let's see what we can do on our turn now. So we have the bell is ringing, so it's going to be +1. So let's tell you what, let's draw a card to see what we get using Banner. His experimental research draws Banner's laboratory. Alter ego resource, exhaust Banner's laboratory to generate a mental resource. Do we want to use that? I'm not sure that we really want to do that right now. We have a helicarrier, so that reduces a card by 1. We've got ingenuity. We can play enhanced awareness on our other side, on our Hulk side. We've got lockjaw. The power in all of us. Some Hulk smashes. How much does it cost to play a Hulk smash? It costs 3. So I do need to discard one of these cards. I think I'll just discard Banner's Laboratory. And can I do 2 Hulk smashes in a turn? I certainly could. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's smash this guy. Let's smash him twice if we can. Is that possible? Twice in one turn. Let's give it a try. So we will flip over to our Hulk side. And we're going to do lots of damage with... Yeah, we'll do 7. We'll do 10 plus 3. Is there any way to ready Hulk? Because we got a ready Hulk. It says when you make a basic attack, you get plus 10 for that attack. If you paid for this card using only fist resources, that attack gains overkill. Can I stack these? I probably could. So smash him twice? I've never done that before. Never ever. So we're going to spend enhanced awareness. So that's a resource. We're going to spend ingenuity. So there's another resource. And we're going to reduce one of the Hulk smashes by 1. So that'll pay for 1. And then I have 3 more resources to pay for the other. So that's 3 plus 20. 23 plus 1 is 24 damage to Venom with a double Hulk smash. Awesome. Boom. That knocks Venom all the way down to 0. Never done a double smash before. That's cool. Flips over to our Venom 2 side, which he comes into play with a tough card on him and steady. Let me see this card, because this was a forced response. After you attack and damage Venom with a card you control, place 1 face-down boost card on your identity. Well, I defeated him, so does the forced response still happen? Place 1 face-down boost card on your identity. Huh. Well, it's gone. But does this forced response still happen? I'm just going to act like it does, because I'm not really quite sure. So he deserved it. He got punched for a lot that time. So he comes into play with 18 on him. And he does have those attachments over there. So this one says forced response. After a villain takes any amount of damage from an attack, give attached villain 1 face down boost card. If that attack dealt 3 or more damage to that villain, which it did, discard this card. So that's going to get discarded. But he is going to get 1 face-down boost card as a result of that. And now our angry says Venom's attacks gain overkill. Force response after Venom takes any amount of damage from an attack, remove 1 rage counter from here. So he did take damage from that massive swing, so we're going to remove 1 counter from here. He still has plus 1 attack. And the bell tower is still ringing. So do we want to do any more damage? Lockjaw. Should we damage him with Lockjaw or Machine Man? Machine Man really can't get any extra. And Lockjaw could be used to block the damage. Let's see. This happens when Venom's attack would deal any amount of damage to an identity. So yeah, maybe we'll just leave Lockjaw out there as a blocker, because he's going to have all this attack this turn. So we'll just leave it alone. We're going to flip everything back up. Helicarrier, Machine Man, Lockjaw, and we'll draw up our hand size of 4. So we've got Ingenuity. We already have 1 on the table. We can only play 1. Meditation. We have the Sky Destroyer, and we also have Boundless Rage. Okay. So yeah, we had to exhaust in order to play that because it was a basic attack. Okay. So we're ready, Hulk. Everything's readied. It's Venom's turn. He places one threat on Leave Us Alone. Now he's going to attack. We're going to jump out in front of him with Lockjaw. We like Lockjaw. And so he's going to get another boost, plus the boost that's underneath Hulk. So we've got 3 boost cards that we'll flip here. The first one is a common criminal. It's a surge, alter ego action, spend resources, a fist resource in alter ego form, deal 3 damage to the common criminal. If this minion is defeated this way, choose to either draw 1 card or remove 1. So that's the common criminal, but this is a boost card, so all it is 1. I just wanted to read the text on common criminal. Shadows of the past, caught off guard. Yep. 4, 5, 6, 7 damage to Lockjaw. So Lockjaw took it for the team. And we draw our encounter card, which is when revealed, hero, the villain, and each minion engaged with you attacks you. So if we block with Hulk, there's a chance we could keep the bell tower standing. But then we'll be exhausted. So let's just take the damage. Let's see what happens here. So he's going to go ahead and deal how much damage to us? He's going to deal 2 plus put Enraged Symbiote into play, engaged with you. So the gang up card says the villain and each minion engaged with you attacks you. So I guess it continues until the end of this action. So 2 damage onto Hulk. So I'll take 1. Remove that many chime counters from here. Prevent 1 of that damage. So he's just going to take 1 damage, Hulk is. And now this Enraged Symbiote, he is going to attack Hulk for 2. And that'll knock Hulk down to 15. Okay. So Machine Man probably needs to, tell you what, the Hulk, Machine Man, Symbiote needs to go away because he's got guard and patrol. While this minion is engaged with you, you cannot thwart the main scheme. Sky Destroyer, Meditation, Boundless Rage. After you change form, discard this card. I think we will get rid of that. We'll get rid of that Enraged Symbiote. So Machine Man is going to attack him for 1. Plus, he's going to spend this resource to get that Enraged Symbiote off the table. That needs to happen. Oh, you know what? He gained overkill. Then his attacks gained overkill. So we did 7 damage. We did 7 damage onto, I forgot that gained overkill. So there was only 2 health left on Lockjaw whenever he attacked him and I blocked. So that bell tower would have actually flipped sooner. And Hulk should have gotten 5 more damage dealt to him. So we're down to 10 now. I missed that earlier because he's enraged. And that would have been overkill, yeah, so that's fine. 1 consequential damage on the Machine Man because he needed to take out that Enraged Symbiote. Now we're angry. Venom response. Yeah, just double checking. I've only played Venom a couple of times in the campaign itself, so I'm still learning these cards. So this is a resource we can use. Hero form only. Force response after you change form, discard this card. And I won't be able to put out my Sky Destroyer. Yeah. Let's flip over to our banner side. We'll just play the Sky Destroyer using Meditation. It comes out onto the table. I like the Sky Destroyer. It says after you play a shield card, exhaust Sky Destroyer and deal 2 damage to an enemy. So we spent 3 to put that out. Ingenuity's not doing us any good, and neither is Boundless Rage right now. So we'll just ready up our... Probably should have used those to take out some threat, but well, we couldn't take out any threat as long as the Rage Symbiote was on the table, so it's about all we could have done with that turn. So we'll drop our hand size. We have Ironheart, and we draw the Moon Girl. We also draw Energy, and Dum Dum Dugan, and Agent 13. Nice. Good cards. All right, so Leave Us Alone. Yeah. Actually, if I would have used Banner's ability, I would have drawn Ironheart and had her out on the table. So I missed that. Missed that trigger. Should have used that, and I could have had one more character out on the table that turn. But anyway, so we're going to place one threat on Leave Us Alone. Venom is going to scheme. Now he's scheming for 2 plus 0. So that'll take us up to 6 scheme on Leave Us Alone. We'll go ahead and remove those 3 so we can make it clear. And then we're going to draw our encounter card, which is Tough as Nails. Response: after Venom takes any amount of damage from an attack, remove an equal amount of threat from here. It comes into play with 8 threat on it. 8 threat on Tooth and Nail. So I have to remember whenever we do damage to Venom that we can remove that Tooth and Nail. All right. So we can put Ironheart onto the table. Let's do our Banner experimental research first. So we drew a movable object. Hulk gains Retaliate. I think I'll discard a movable object for now. And I think we will put Ironheart on the table. And we'll spend an energy to do that. Here comes Ironheart. Energy to draw a card. Avengers Mansion. Okay. If we were to put Agent 13 on the table. Agent 13. So how many mental resources? We've got 1. But we can only use that in hero form. Ingenuity. Machine Man. Helicarrier. Sky Destroyer. After you play a shield card, exhaust Sky Destroyer, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Let's do this. Let's, with Ironheart, attack Venom. That'll knock that tough card off of him. And after Venom takes any amount of damage from an attack, remove an equal amount of threat from here. Didn't take any damage. And we also, because he didn't take any damage, and damage Venom with a card you control. So we didn't damage him with that one. We're going to put out Agent 13. I don't know if we'll have enough to do. How about this? If we put out Moon Girl, using 1, 2, we can use the Helicarrier to reduce her. I don't know if we'd want to do that or not. Moon Girl. I got some choices here, so let me think about what I want to do. After you play a shield card, exhaust Sky Destroyer, deal 2 damage to an enemy. I won't have enough resources to put out Dum Dum Dugan. I just won't. So I've got 2 allies on the table right now. I could spend Enhanced Awareness, Ingenuity, and Avengers Mansion to put out Moon Girl. And it says response: after you play Moon Girl from your hand, draw 1 card for each resource used to pay for her. So 1, 2, and 3. So we'll draw 3 cards for putting out Moon Girl. So 1, 2, and 3. There's Limitless Strength. Ooh. I still don't have enough, I don't think, to put out Dum Dum Dugan and so. So we have to shuffle our player deck and deal ourselves an encounter card because of all that. Shuffled up. So if I spend 5 resources to put out Dum Dum Dugan, let's do that. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. Alright, so we'll begin by doing 2 damage with Moon Girl onto Now We Are Angry, gets removed because we're doing 2 damage. We're not ringing. We're quiet. But we will do 2 damage. I needed to be flipped over to my Hulk side in order to be able to use that enhanced awareness earlier when we did the Moon Girl. So Hulk's on his hero side before we put that out. 2 damage, 2 consequential damage onto Moon Girl. Yeah. Now we have 3 of these guys, 3 allies on the table. I can reduce by 1. So if I put out Dum Dum Dugan, I'll have 2 resources left over that I can use to add for Machine Man. So we'll do this. We'll do, and so we did damage to Venom. So we do need to deal ourselves a boost card. Now We're Angry comes off of Venom. We'll use 2 resources to use Machine Man to do 3 damage to Venom. That will take care of Machine Man. So he's discarded. 3 damage to Venom. 1, 2, 3. Puts him down to 13. And then we deal ourselves another face down boost card on the Hulk. Then we spend 1, 2, 3, 4, reduce it by 1 to put Dum Dum Dugan onto the table. There we go. And because we put out a shield card, it says after you play a shield card, exhaust Sky Destroyer and deal 2 damage to an enemy. After you attack and damage with a card you control. So that's just 2 damage that we'll put onto Venom. Then Dum Dum Dugan is going to attack Venom for 3. He'll take 2 consequential damage for that. 1, 2, 3. Puts him down to 8. And there's another card that goes under Hulk. And then Hulk is going to damage Venom for 3. 1, 2, 3. So we've done a total of 12 damage so far to Venom this turn. So that completely took care of Tooth and Nail from an attack. Remove any amount of threat. So there was 10. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's plenty of damage to take off Tooth and Nail. So that's gone. We do have an encounter card over here that we're going to have to deal ourselves. But that's everything that we can do. So already the Sky Destroyer, Enhanced Awareness, Ingenuity, Hulk. I think that was our last one on Enhanced Awareness, so it's gone. Now we're ready. Dum Dum Dugan, Moon Girl, and Ironheart. And we'll do our hand size of 4, so we have Meditation, Avengers Mansion, Lockjaw, and Reboot. Those are our 4 cards for our hand. Placing 1 threat on Leave Us Alone. Venom is going to attack. So we deal him a boost card. Plus he gets all these other boost cards. And Ironheart's going to jump out in front of this one. Ironheart, come on Ironheart. So here's our 4 boost cards. Our first one is remove 1 chime counter from the bell tower, and he gets +1. We've got 2, 3, and 0. So Venom does 2, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage to Ironheart. So Ironheart's removed from the game. And then we'll deal ourselves another encounter card. So we have 2 encounter cards this time. Our first one is the Villain Schemes. Oh no. And he schemes for 0 + 2. So he's up to 9. Please not another advanced card. That's got me too many times in my life. And we have Lashing Out. After Venom takes any amount of damage from an attack, remove an equal amount of threat from here. So Lashing Out comes into play with 9 threat on it. And that is the end of Venom's turn. Boy, that was close. That was so close. So we have Lockjaw that we could play. Can we remove enough threat to clean this up? Probably not. I don't think I'm going to take any chances. I think we're just going to end this game with a couple of attacks. So Dum Dum Dugan, he's going to attack Venom. And he's going to do so for 3. Deal ourselves that boost card because we're doing damage. And then Venom is going to get punched by Hulk for 3, and that will take him all the way down to 0. Okay, there you go, Venom. See you later. So the Hulk, I assume, has defeated Venom, unless you saw something that I did incorrectly in this game, and it's very likely because there was a lot of stuff going on. So if there's anything that you saw that I could have either done A, better, or that I may have messed up, please point that out to me down in the comments down below. It does not hurt my feelings. I learn from it, and so do others. But I absolutely want to thank you for watching my playthrough today. I had a lot of fun. It felt like a little bit of a fight there with Venom. I think that's the first time I've ever pulled off 2 in one turn Hulk smashes. I think that was actually a challenge. One of the challenges, so I'll have to look that up and see if I actually accomplished a challenge that was part of the Marvel Champions Monthly was talking about some challenges that they had made and that FFG had made for the game. So that might be one of them, to play 2 Hulk smashes in one turn. So that was impressive, I thought. But anyway, thanks for watching the playthrough today. Hope to bring you another one soon. And have a great week. Thanks, friends.